All right, so coming up on Join Us Interactive in a moment, there's an interesting conversation that's been going on having to do with dating people who are living with their parents. Mapitso Sevede, she has all the juice on that. Hello, Mapitso.
Hi, Izzy. How are you?
I'm well. How are you too?
I'm great, thank you. You can join the conversation on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We're Joy News on TV. Send us a WhatsApp message, a picture of the day, a video of the day on 055 815 7074. Now, living at home with your parents during university and even for a while after is normal. Lots of people do it because they want to save a little bit of money before being on their own. Everyone's circumstances is different. Now, today on Joy News Interactive, we first asked the ladies, would you date a man who still lives in his parents' house? And gentlemen, would you date a woman who lives alone? Because there's a perception that women who live alone are promiscuous. So, what do you say?
I wouldn't. Simply because I wouldn't go for somebody who has everything. I need to hustle on my own and have something before going to a lady who has everything. And I don't know the source of whatever she has on my own.
Yes, I can. I can date a man that lives in his family house, but maybe sometimes I'll rarely visit because I don't want trouble. The more you go, the more they start seeing one or two things that they will start advising their son against you. So you rather stay away and come once in a while. I can, but when it gets to marriage, then he has to move out before I can marry him. I can't marry a man in his family house.
Dating such a lady is very difficult. You have everything. And assuming if you don't have anything and you are depending on her rather, it will be difficult. You not feel happy. You will not.
Why?
Because if a lady have authority on man, it's very difficult.
No, I won't, because I think it's like you are in an advanced society now. And it's not right for you to marry a man living in his parents' house because they will tend to interfere in your private matters. And I wouldn't be comfortable with that. If it's a relationship and I'm not married yet, I wouldn't have any problem with that. But if it's marriage, I wouldn't like that. I wouldn't like the idea.
Before we go to Facebook, what are your thoughts on this?
All right, I think, as you indicated, it depends on the circumstances in which you find yourself. But I think normally it's just fair, or it's just normal for you to keep on living or staying with your parents until you get ready to be married and then you move out.
Yeah.
Because when you tend to move out before you get married, then a tendency for you to, get loose, knowing that you don't have anyone checking on you is high. But then it also depends on the individual. I lived with my parents until I got married and I moved out. But before I moved out, I had put some, made some plans or made some arrangements. So then I could easily move out of my parents' home.
So you're telling me before you moved out, you've never lived alone on your own?
No, never.
Really?
Never. But you see, and there's some advice I give to young people who I mentor and I speak with. I say that if you can stay with your parents, you can take advantage of the time that you're with your parents and try and get something on your own, that's in some property on your own, or put some money away. Otherwise, if you move out of your parents' home, you're going to pay rent, which rent you could have set aside for something else. So that's the kind of advice I give to young people. But of course, it's not everybody who gets the opportunity to be in their parents' home.
Yeah.
Your parents probably live not in Accra. They live in Koforidua or someplace, and then you're here. So definitely, for those people, they don't have a choice. They have to live by themselves.
All right, let me take this WhatsApp message quickly. So this one says, nah, I wouldn't live with my parents and date a lady at the same time. Chale, when things are going on, everybody will hear. Try, but it all depends. This is from Baba Lukman. But on Facebook, we're going to start with Nana Poku says, I will marry her if only she suits the qualities I'm looking for. And Yusuf Muhammad says, a cultured girl or woman is supposed to stay with the parents for good moral values before marriage. It is because of staying outside that brings about breaking down of marriages, because both men and women learn more bad things when living alone. But if at that house, parents will monitor them and give advice.
All right. Anna Manrespe says if she's ready for business, why not? After all, marriage nowadays is a business affair, and very soon Ghana will establish a Ministry of Marriage and Business Affairs. Now, Ayikale says, we'll date a man who lives in his parents' house. Zionite says, but where do we expect them to live? So far as the lady or man isn't married, he or she can stay in the parents' house. What if the lady is just 19 years and still in school? Etienne says, I always say that all things being equal, a woman should marry while she still stays with the mother because of our traditions and beliefs. The man will go to the family and ask of the woman's hand in marriage from a home. As for the man, ideally, he should get a place other than the father's house to accommodate the woman. Let me hasten to add that there's no clear rule to it. Indeed. But Jeremiah says, yeah, I'll marry a woman who is alone, but not an island. And Ellen Nature says, well, I am here to read your comments, so please make it brief.
Now, Honorable says, when a man moves to ladies, how is it called sodomy, and why should I be living in a lady's house? Okay, ladies, don't date.
Let me take that. Let me take that again. Honorable Emeritus says, when a man moves to a lady's house, how is it called Salome?
Salome.
Yeah, Salome. It's
okay.
It's a term too. Why should I be living in a lady's house? Ladies don't date a man who lives in his parents' house because such men are lazy. Well, not
all of them. Not all of them. And Akuya says, I'll never marry a man who lives in his parents' house, but would also advise men to go for women who live with their parents and not the island ones. On WhatsApp, Walanyan Akotia says, any man who lives with a lady living with her parents is called Salome. Salome. Okay, and I won't do that, else I will be called that. Okay, now, remembering Komla Dumo, the Ghanaian journalist who told the African story with passion. He is undoubtedly one of the best journalists the world, and for that matter, Ghana has had. Former BBC and Joy FM presenter Komla Dumo wowed his audience with sheer wit and passion. Today, we remember him, so we bring you extracts of some of his shows on Joy FM and the BBC and from elsewhere. All right, we'll be taking some of your tweets on Komla Dumo right now on your screens. The WhatsApp number 055-815-7074. On Facebook and Twitter, we're Joy News on TV. At Benito_Coca says, continue to rest in peace, Komla Dumo. You have been an inspiration to many. Hashtag 5 years. Hashtag Komla Dumo. More tweets coming there. At this one is from at Antonia, who says 5 years on, forever in our hearts. Hashtag Komla Dumo. Hashtag boss player. More tweets coming, and this one is from at Ojekele, who says Komla Dumo, and this one is hashtag Pretty, who says an African legend. Hashtag Komla Dumo. And at Cecile says, one of Africa's finest broadcasters, Komla Afeke Dumo. Rest in peace. Hashtag Komla Dumo. At Joseph says, there's only one standard, a global standard. Be consistent, operate at 100% every single time you're given an opportunity. And attributing to Komla Dumo, your legacy lives. Continue to rest in peace, boss player. Hashtag Komla Dumo. This one is from at Kakra19, who says, 5 years ago, the world lost a great man. Continue to rest in peace. Hashtag Komla Dumo. At EL says, a journalist with integrity and heart. You inspired me. You'll forever be remembered. All right, let me take some of your WhatsApp messages. This one says, he was my role model. May the good Lord give him peaceful rest. And this one from, wow, Komla, may he rest in peace. Jerry says, Komla, oh, Komla. And this one says, rest well, legend. May God keep you safe until we meet again. Now, let's go to at Israeli's Instagram, and this is what he had posted. Yeah, and Israel, you'd like to share this?
This is the last photo I actually had with Komla Dumo, and this was in the last episode. This was in October on his last birthday. I actually happened to be with him in Mauritius, and we took this photo, not knowing that was going to be his last birthday. I always remember this day when we sang. It was a major event in Mauritius, and we actually sang the whole room actually sang happy birthday for him, and I remember that day so well. Yeah.
That will be all for Joy News Interactive. Join the conversation on 055-815-7074 and on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. We're Joy News on TV. I am Apito Sibidi.